Hey, I'm here with Ulrike Seminati, one of the guest speakers at the Next Brand by Speaking event on October 24th. Hi, Ulrike, good to see you.
Hello, good to see you.
So what we want to do is we want to find out a little bit about Ulrike and what she's going to share with us at the Brand by Speaking event. So can you tell us a little bit about your business, Ulrike? Who is it that you're helping?
I am mainly helping leaders and executives to lead with authenticity because I believe that if you really want to be have integrity with your leadership, being yourself, then it's the only way how you can feel like someone who's happy and who's fulfilled in your role. And by my own experience, I know that this is pretty difficult because over time, you start to fulfill expectations, to fit into norms, and you more or less forget who you are. And I believe that there's something inside of ourselves which we can like pull out or mobilize. And this is what I'm doing with people to to initiate an inner change. So not just telling them what they have to do so that they learn it with their head. I'm really working on the subconscious so that they change from the inside out, so that then on the outside, they can appear as the person that they truly are.
Nice. Rather than bending over backwards to try to please everybody.
Yeah, exactly. Because this is really painful. I mean, if you do this for 20 years, then you're so happy, you're never yourself, and you're never, ever living your full potential because you put so much energy into being someone else that you can't live your full potential.
Yes. And it really essentially doesn't make you happy at all. On the contrary. Yeah, I can totally relate to that. I've been there quite a few years of my business life, earlier business lives. So the problems that you solve are basically getting out of that stuck mode, or how would you describe it?
Oh, that's an interesting way of seeing it, getting out of the stuck mode. Yeah, somehow that is it. That's true, because I give people the keys to step out of this comfort zone, which is a bit of a false comfort zone, because yes, you're in comfort, but you're still not in the right zone at the end. The true comfort zone is somewhere else. But that is exactly it. And I'm quite a lot focusing on getting people into action, because most people, they know that they should change something, but then they hesitate, and then they somehow don't find the energy or the courage or the confidence, the trust into themselves to do something about it. And indeed, they stay stuck for many, many years because it just seems to be comfortable. Yeah, it seems easier. You stay in the known, which is maybe not great, but yeah, going for the unknown where you don't know exactly if it will be really better, this is very difficult. And I experience quite a lot that this first threshold, which you need to overcome, so that someone really says, okay, yes, now I do something for myself, is the most difficult step. Once this is done, the rest follows by itself, more or less.
Yeah, I can totally see that. Yes. Stepping out of it, and kind of like it's easy to postpone that step constantly. Kind of like, I don't know, it's not that necessary, not a priority.
Yeah.
We'll do that later.
Yes, exactly. It's not the right moment. Yeah, you're always waiting for something.
Yeah, exactly.
Then I will do it.
As long as there's no one really nudging them, then that's what happens. Yes. So what's the typical result that people can expect when they work with you, Ulrike?
The typical result when they work with me, all my programs, which is it is the same, but I also do it online, so people can also do it without meeting me ever, actually, is that at some point in the process, which is maybe 5 sessions, 8 sessions, 3 sessions, that at some point there's a real breakthrough. There's this one thing, or maybe 2 or 3, probably not more, even if you have 8 sessions, you don't have 8 breakthroughs, but there's 1, 2, or maybe 3 is really a lot breakthroughs where people see, wow, there's an inner switch. So it's not like in other sessions, they come out with also a positive feeling where they say, okay, I've learned something about myself. Now I better understand why certain things are like this and where it comes from. This is all nice, huh? But this is only awareness. But at some point, there's a moment where it's like, boom, something switches, and they can literally feel it inside. They can feel that, wow, now there's either like a knot that it's opening, and it frees up something, or it's feeling like maybe a bubble that is just exploding and it's off. But there's really this feeling of, wow, something inside of me changed. And I know that this is for forever in some way. It's not like tomorrow this is gone. Because if something like this happens in yourself, what I can see then with the clients is that over time it's getting even better, a bit like good wine. You know, it's something that is even getting more and more mature, because once it's like it happened, it's getting better inside of yourself. And this is quite magic. I love this moment, because this is, you can see it in their eyes. It's like, you know, they look like, oh, you know, something happened. And this is an energy I could die for. I mean, it's fantastic to see that. So I love it.
Bottle it up and
oh yeah. People said to me sometimes, yeah, you should film this. And I said, I can't film it. As soon as you film it, you destroy the whole energy, and it will not,
people are biased. Yes.
It will never happen when you film it. So it's but it's a magic moment. Yeah.
Right. So this answers my next question. What do you care most about when it comes to your clients?
Yeah, it's that something breakthroughs. Yes.
Transformation.
Yeah. Yes. And that they come out. I think what I really want to achieve is that people get out with the belief, I can change my life. You know, I have control over it. I'm not a victim of circumstances.
Right.
I can change it, and I changed it today. And if in 2 years or 5 years or whenever I have a bigger challenge ahead where I don't feel up to it, I can work on myself again. I can do this. I can always do this.
Yes.
And this is for me the key thing, because most people come with the attitude like, yeah, I'll try it out, but I don't really believe that I can do something about my life, you know, because it depends on so many circumstances, which I can't influence, that I can't do anything about it. And this is totally wrong. So I want them to go out with this trust in themselves and in their own power. And this is magic. As soon as you have this one, well, then you start off completely differently. Your day, your way of thinking, everything changes.
Right. So how does it work when you work with a client? Is it typically in a one-on-one setting, or do you also do groups apart from the online you said?
Yeah, there are different versions. I mean, the coaching system which I use is made for one-on-one settings initially. And it works very well in one-on-one settings. It's fantastic. So there you have nearly guaranteed results, it's sure. But I thought it's such a great tool. Isn't there a way to make it available to bigger groups? Or online, you know, without me being present, without me having this one-on-one interaction, so that people really work with themselves, but they don't need me directly. They need me as a guide, but not in a dialogue with me. And so I started doing it in groups. It works in groups. Obviously, the most compelling and deepest processes need a certain interaction with the coach in one-on-ones. But there's a lot which I can do with a group. And what I can do with a group, I can also do online as an online training, which people just can do. So it's not a webinar. It is really a training which they can buy, and where they can do module by module as often as they like. If you want to treat a specific fear, you can treat it once with this module. If you want to treat a second one, you can do it again, and the third one again, and again, and again. So it works also in these online trainings. And I was pretty surprised that it does, because I think the type of process is relatively complex. It's not an easy one. It's not just sitting there listening, closing your eyes, and off you go. You have to move around in the room. You have to really understand what you do. You have to prepare your inner elements before. So it is relatively tricky, but seeing from those who have done it now, it works. And this is really cool. I mean,
okay, amazing. Great. That's leverage. You can help more people that way.
Exactly.
One typically is very limited when you're coaching.
Exactly. Yeah. You can
okay, so let's talk about the brand by speaking that is coming up. What is your topic, without revealing too much? What are you going to talk about there?
In the brand by speaking, I will speak about the one inner driver which you need to achieve goals. So let's say it like this. Okay, and I will say what this inner driver is, what kind of it is, and we will work it out in the session, including a little exercise where people can really feel how it is when this driver is switched on.
Nice. So how many of you listening would like such a driver to kind of guarantee your success when it comes to goals?
Nice. Yeah, I hope so.
Yes. Where can people find you, Ulrike, if they want to know more about you?
I have a website. I have social media accounts. My website is ulrikeseminati.com. It's simply my name. And you can find me under exactly the same name on Instagram, on Facebook, on LinkedIn. I'm doing quite a lot of free content. Every week I have a little freebie video, which gives some instructions, what you could do. So these are not obviously going into these deep things. You can't do this in a free video of 5 minutes, but it gives a bit of insight, you know, a bit of maybe, well, the motivation to go maybe further, you know, to try this out, then maybe go a step further. Because as I said before, the threshold is at the beginning and not during the process. So
right.
Just want people to get started.
So learn for free. Look Ulrike up, ulrikeseminati.com.
Yeah.
LinkedIn, Facebook. All right. So any final tips or advice for our audience before we conclude this?
I think if you want to have a better life or want to be a better leader or want to improve whatever, you just should open up to the idea that it's possible and that it's in your own hands. That's for me the key message.
Change is in your own hands.
Yeah.
All right. Wow. Nice. Thank you very much, Ulrike, for taking the time to elaborate more about your work. And I'm looking forward to your speech.
Yes. Thank you very much.